I've spent so much time with the best of the preparations, I haven't actually decided which bit to read to you. But while there was a bit on the radio, there was a bit somewhere on the internet where I read on Radio City this summer, which is from fairly far in the book. I think I'm actually going to go with the traditional beginning bit, which is the best rehearsed. The best rehearsed because some of you know that I've had a relatively rough year. And I spent roughly about 8 weeks feeding a particular pony every few minutes, or rather every couple of hours. And at the same time, I was doing edits on this book, and I wasn't happy with the beginning. And I wasn't happy with the beginning, and I wasn't happy with the beginning. And what, for me, 2017 will be, before tonight, will be the memory of sitting up in the pitch black on the downs in my car while Phoenix is trying to get through her feed, and reading this out loud, this first bit out loud to myself, trying to get it right. And I think it's finally right. So, without further ado, without further blah blah, I'm going to read to you not the first bit, but the second first bit. The bit that I kept reading. Kirsty was shocked. Up close, or rather from Kirsty's vantage point, halfway up the auditorium where the special Year 11 and 6th form assembly was being held, Caroline Connolly seemed seriously gaunt, almost translucent. Under her trademark short-cropped auburn hair, Connelly's face appeared skull-like, and her hands, which were nervously kneading each other in front of her navel, bore little by way of meat between bones and skin. Standing next to the solid frame of Anthony Sim, head of Gulf Cove Secondary School and 6th form, the woman appeared more like a brittle leaf than Kirsty's favourite TV chef. While Sim carried on relentlessly waxing lyrical about the unique opportunity presented to the young people in front of him without actually saying what it was, Kirsty's brain tuned out and tried desperately to catch up with reality. As her cogs turned, she could sense Phoebe, who was nestled into the chair next to hers, tried just as hard to assimilate the sudden appearance of their Caroline at their school. Kirsty wondered if Phoebe, too, felt the strong desire to drag the woman off the stage, feed her some sandwiches, and then put her back in the box where she belonged. Their box. Caroline Connelly may well have been considered a staple in late afternoon British broadcasting with a career that spanned decades, but as far as Kirsty was concerned, the presenter was private property. Phoebe said hers, to be precise. The two friends had watched Cooking with Caroline, Connelly's most recent show, which saw her knock on random people's houses and cook their dinner with them religiously since the first season. But while they had been waiting patiently for season 4 to start, it had been announced that Caroline would not be returning to the screen. Nobody seemed to know why. The official Cooking with Caroline site merely stated that Connelly was taking a sabbatical to dedicate more time to her personal life. And now she was here, in their school. And clearly not pregnant, as Kirsty and Phoebe had speculated for a while. No, having seen her in the emaciated flesh now, Kirsty realized that the chef was far from expecting. Kirsty was still trying to tally the frail woman by the podium with the presenter she adored, when her focus was called back to the action on stage where Connelly was finally being invited to take the microphone. Sim, three-piece suited leader of them all, stood to the side and ushered her to take its place with an encouraging smile. The woman took a deep breath and stepped up, her eyes remaining on the head. Thank you, Connelly corrected herself swiftly before the man's given name could slip over her lips. Mr. Sim, and may I just say that I am truly honoured by this, the chef's haughty melodic voice that could make cheese on toast sound like a 3-star meal came to another abrupt halt when she turned away from Sim to face the student. Kirsty thought the woman looked terrified. While Cornelia shut her eyes for a moment to gather herself, it occurred to Kirsty how off-kilter it was for somebody who was used to performing in front of the camera and whose job it was to press gang total strangers into cooking with her, to be so nervous addressing a bunch of inconsequential teenagers. When the chef looked out at them again, her stance had changed, and she appeared to have found at least some of her professional patter. For years it has been my dream to return to Gull Cove and give something back to what I still, to a large extent, consider my community. The chef commenced her speech. I live mostly in London now, but as you all just heard, I was born here and went to school right here in this very building. My parents still live down the road, and I spend a great deal of time visiting. So when I look at the national obesity figures, as Cornelia paused for effect this time, Kirsty felt an absurd twinge of guilt deep in her gut. And year after year, our little town keeps ranking in the top 10. It feels personal. I can never shake the notion that I should be doing something about it. Kirsty glanced away briefly, only to catch Mrs. Elliot, performing arts teacher extraordinaire and by default always present in the wings whenever something was happening on her stage, to her finest interpretation of a nodding dog. So, this is what this is all about, Cornelia continued. I'm inviting 12 people from your year groups to take part in an exciting challenge. The idea is simple. I'm going to teach you to cook. Kirsty sat up straighter. I'm aware that you should all have garnered some basic knowledge in food technology at some point, but what I'm planning is a little different. We're decidedly not going to look at the science of food, nutritional values, or any of those things. Personally, I don't believe any of these things are remotely useful. No, we're simply going to cook good, old-fashioned, healthy meals from scratch. So that when you go out into the world soon, you won't ever, Cornelia emphasized the word with a sweeping gesture, need to rely on ready meals or processed fodder. The chef took a side glance at Sim and he gave her a nod. Cornelia smiled at him and carried on. We're talking about a 10-week course spanning the whole of this term. She began spelling out the details. You need to be free on Thursday evenings between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. You don't need to have any culinary skills already, and it doesn't cost anything to take part. The ingredients will be provided for you, but I expect you to be 100% committed once you're in. Cornelia seemed to be rapidly running out of what little steam she had mustered to begin with now, making her voice change tone from the learned presenter's pitch to a darker, more honest note. And for the cynical among you, I assure you, this is not some secret camera setup or some publicity stunt. I'm here privately, purely for the experience. We haven't even told the local paper. So I don't want any of you who might consider taking part to be put off by the idea of cameras. Absolutely none of this is going to be filmed. It's not what this is about. In short, I don't want anyone not taking part because they think they'll be on TV, or, she ran her eyes over the crowd, anyone putting themselves forward because they desperately do want to be on TV, for that matter. Understood? A murmur went through the audience. Any questions? A couple of hands in the lower rows shot up. You, Cornelia nodded encouragingly at a blonde boy just in front of her. Oh, no, bad mistake, Kirsty screamed inside as soon as she realized who it was. What's the prize? George Deacon asked loudly. Caroline Cornelia was visibly thrown. Pardon? A couple of rows behind George, his twin brother James started sniggering. The prize, miss, George said, feigning innocence. If it's a challenge, there must be a reward, right? Well, the chef said, flustered. I might have phrased that wrong. Let's call it a project rather than a challenge, shall we? So there's no prize? George confirmed, hamming up disappointment now, while his twin had begun breaking down in a heap of laughter. You're saying we don't get anything at the end of it? Kirsty could see the woman crumple inside. Sim came forward and leaned in to whisper something into Cornelia's ear. He was clearly about to step in when a different voice rang through the auditorium, all the way from the back aisle. It sounded just like George's, but louder, rougher, and more jaded, spiced with a sincerity that made Kirsty's neck hair stand up. Your prize, you imbecile, is that you'll know how to feed yourself at the end of it without opening a cardboard box first. So shut up and let the lady tell us how to get in. Kirsty saw Cornelia smiled gratefully at the speaker while the twins turned around to glower at him. She didn't need to look to know who had spoken. Neither did anyone else. The only deacon who could shut up a deacon was a bigger deacon. And that's where I'm going to stop.